Man, I wish I could play that second part using the Dark Terror, because I really like the sound of the gain, the Dark Terror. If there were only a way I could run these two heads into the same cab, wouldn't that be awesome? Howdy y'all, it's Ryan from R&D Music, deep in the heart of Texas. That's where I'm at right now. And I have a cool video for you today. So Jeff and the guys down in Houston at Diamond Amps have partnered with Bob Bradshaw, and they have created a dual amp selector, which is a cool little box that lets you essentially run two different heads into the same speaker cab, right? Now that is not an ABY selector. Like an AB switch will let you switch between two different heads, but each one of those heads has to have its own cab. That's just too much stuff to carry around, right? So the dual amp selector by Diamond basically just lets you run the same cab. You know, if you have a single 4x12, you can run two different heads into it. Yeah, pretty sweet. A couple different people who might dig that. If you're the kind of guy who likes, pretty drastically different sounds, let's say you want to have, a Dark Terror and maybe a Tiny Terror, right? And use those on a 2x12 and have one be your clean and one be your dirt. You can do that and use the same cab, right? So two different heads, single cab. Keep everything nice and compact and portable. Like a store, like R&D Music, if we want to demo a couple of different heads and use the same cab to see how they work with certain speakers or certain cabs, that's something that's easy to do. So store owners, this would be a good tool for them. Guys in the studio, like I know a lot of guys, YouTube guys particularly, and you got a studio, you got a collection of heads and maybe a collection of cabs, but you want to run them through the same cab. That's a really easy thing for you to do, so you're not unplugging wires and replugging and plugging and switching and plugging and switching and plugging. Right, so there's a couple different applications for that. There's also, if touring guys, if you're a touring artist, now you may not be watching this if you're a touring artist, but if you are, touring guys, like you're on a tour, even if you're a small tour, I suppose, you want to have a backup, right? You could have a backup head just in case something goes down in a live show. Well, you can already have it there, boom, ready to go. And so if your main rig dies, the head dies, you can just hit a button, boom, you're onto the backup head, you're going, the show doesn't stop. So it's great for touring guys, it's great for studio guys, it's great for the home player who wants to use a couple of different heads, and maybe you don't have room for 2, 3, or 4x12s all over the place, right? So it's a space saver for us home guys, studio guys, same thing, space saver for them. So Diamond's doing a Kickstarter to help get the production rolling. The prototype's already been made, they've tested it, they got some videos showing what it can do, and they're just trying to get production rolling. And so they're about 50% to their goal right now, I think. And we've got just maybe 14 days left on their Kickstarter. And here's why you might want to jump in and check on that. So they had some early bird specials. Like you could get this, the dual amp selector, regular price, like it's going to be, street price going forward is going to be about $3.99. Well, if you're an early bird, you could have got it for a really good deal. And most of those are gone. Now they have about 10 units left at the second tier of the early bird special that you can get it for $3.49. So for the next week and a half or so, you can get that thing at $3.49. Well, until those 10 are gone. And once these next 10 are gone, it's just $3.99. But they do have some other perks. Like I signed up and got a perk. They got some cool t-shirts, and they got some other things you can get. You can even get some cool deals on some Diamond amps, I think, in conjunction with the dual amp selector. So go check that out. I'll put the link here or in the description, one of the two. Now if you just want to pledge and show your support, you can do that. You can donate as little as $1, or you can donate more than that, get some t-shirts, some sticker packs, things like that. Or you can actually buy the dual amp selector, or you can even get into buying some Diamond amps, which is a pretty cool thing. So check it out, give it a look, and help them do their thing. Keep the music alive. Rock on.